What's going on, Jerome's Justin friggin' Jefferson, face of the franchise, face of the league. Vikings this offseason inked him up long-term, and everyone's happy and good to go. And Jefferson, he's already received some flowers, just a little bit, like maybe some petunias or begonias. I hate that I know those names. Yeah, that's the thing about getting older. All of a sudden, like ornamental horticulture and bird watching, they're just like, sneak attack. It's like a mountain lion, man, that's been stalking you for years. Anyways, but Jefferson was the 2022 Offensive Player of the Year. Now, he's also the only receiver who's been an MVP finalist in recent years since it went to ranked choice voting. So it's great to see Jefferson getting some love and attention, even though MVP is a stupid bias-ass quarterback award. They really should separate it. And I know. People will say, it's already separated because MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. It's so stupid. First off, if you're a quarterback and you're the MVP, how are you not Offensive Player of the Year? Doesn't make any sense. It's like if the Golden Arm Award winner in college football is a quarterback and the quarterback doesn't win the Heisman. It's just so... It's ridiculous, man. So they should have a quarterback of the year and then non-quarterback of the year, or for lack of a better term. But that's an argument for another day. But Jefferson, even though he had the hamstring injury last year, he's still breaking records. He's still crushing things through the first 4 years of his career. And also, he is the NFL career leader in terms of receiving yards per game at 98.3. So I feel like there is a special season coming up for Justin Jefferson, even though the Vikings have a transition at quarterback, going from Kirk Cousins, who I know that Kurt gets a lot of poop, and we've given him some as of late too, since he went all Steve Miller Band, took the money and ran. But JJ wasn't throwing the ball to himself through the first 3.5 seasons of his career. But also, you look at the numbers that he put up in the last 5 games of the season when he had Josh Dobbs putting him in the hospital, Jaron Hall like throwing up ducks, and then Nick Mullins doing ridiculous things. Like JJ still put up numbers, and frankly, if Jefferson got to play the Lions 17 times, he would have 5,000 yards receiving. That's how it is, man. But Jefferson, can he take that next step? Like, Offensive Player of the Year is nice, but can you win National Football League Most Valuable Player? I think that he certainly can. And there's been some talk and buzz about Jets. It's so difficult. Again, in the back of my mind, I know that J.J. McCarthy is a fantastic talent. He syncs up perfectly with what Kevin O'Connell wants to do. But I'm so sick of the J.J. to J.J. stuff already. Because, PA on the mic, he's already sort of over it, our guy. But every Fox or CBS broadcaster come in and is like, oh, JJ to JJ, I just made that up. Spare me. Anyways, but yeah, national media talking about Jefferson as a sleeper MVP candidate, and rightfully so. So how can Jets get things done? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, Jets 2K. That doesn't roll off the tongue as good as JJ 2K, but it is what it is. So 2,000 yards receiving, first receiver to ever do it with the 17-game season and the passing game the way that it is now, should be attainable. And I know that Jefferson flirted with it in 2022, Tyreek Hill to a degree last year as well. But I think that if he does it, he would have a strong case for NFL MVP. And also, we need a Cooper Cup adjacent type season, 140 catches plus 2,000 yards receiving plus 15 touchdowns plus. And I know that throughout his career, JJ hasn't been known to get in the end zone. He only has 10 plus touchdown receptions once in 2021. But as Kevin O'Connell pointed out in the Vikings team video, there's so many receptions where Jefferson ended up at the 1-yard line. That's just frustrating, and that's a little bit of randomness, but hopefully it goes Jefferson's way in 2024. Also, the Vikings overachieved. So all the haters and the losers predicting under the Vikings 6.5 wins. If the Vikings get to double-digit wins, are in the wild card and or NFC North race, I think that he does deserve consideration. And also, the quarterback situation for the Vikings does lead itself to helping out Jefferson's cause for MVP. Now, a receiver has never won NFL MVP. It's either been a quarterback, some years it's a running back like Adrian Peterson 2012, or a standout defensive player like Lawrence Taylor, Alan Page way back in the day, etc. But no receivers, because with receivers it's tough because unless you're Debo, who just gets handoffs because he's a running back. You have to have someone throwing you the ball, and if you're putting up big numbers, so is that quarterback, and the quarterback is going to get the credit by default. But with Darnold and McCarthy, it could be a spot where they even split time, and Jefferson still puts up those numbers. And you could say, well, with 2 quarterbacks, how's he going to do it? Look at the numbers he put up with Mullins and Dobbs and Jaron Hall at the back end of the season. Last 5 games, the Lions, the Bengals, oh my, as well as 2 games against the Lions and against the Packers. So it could be good to go there. But also, like he was set up because the media was never going to give Kirk Cousins any respect. So it's kind of funny. But also, all of that. Like all 5 of these things need to happen, and also you need to have mid-seasons from the other quarterbacks. So Mahomes needs to be off, Lamar Jackson needs to be off, Josh Allen needs to be whatever, Joe Burrow's up. So if that all happens, I think Jefferson could win the MVP, because I feel like the AP voters, like, they want a different angle on things. Like, they understand that it's a quarterback award and maybe there's some quarterback fatigue. So if Jefferson comes in and just rips the cover off the ball, which he certainly could, I think that it could be it. Also, let's not discount the love and respect that Kevin O'Connell has for Justin Jefferson. Now, if we're towards the end of the season and JJ's flirting with 2K, and maybe the Vikings are in contention, maybe they're not, but you got to think that Kevin O'Connell's going to find, hey, baby, we're going to have a stew going. I don't care what happens. Jefferson's going to get 20-plus targets every single game, and we're going to get him 2K, and we're going to have him win the MVP, because I feel like that's something that Kevin O'Connell would do. It'd be good, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. How Justin Jefferson can win NFL MVP. A couple things need to go his way. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.